Hey, what's up, everybody? It's K2 from the United Souls crew. So excited to be sharing our walk adventure. It's been 15 years. Can you believe that? I'm really looking forward to, over this next year, share the walk project as it unfolds. And each week we're going to take you through a different section as we go all the way across. Every Thursday, like I said, I'm going to drop a new episode, and then probably on like a Monday, we're going to drop these recap little dissections of our walk episodes. We're here in WagonWorks Art Studios. I want to introduce you to one of my boys, Rocco, who's helping. He's the producer on this breakdown recap show, as well as he has a whole bunch of other ideas for shows. We're going to be producing lots of content out of here. This is actually our new podcast studio. What's up, Rocco?
What's going on, everybody? Glad to be here. I'd like to definitely say thank you to Kevin for allowing me to participate in this. And it's exciting to see what's happening, not only here, but with the project of the walk itself, because I'm discovering what they've been discovering, what they discovered 15 years ago.
Yeah, I really appreciate Rocco you being here. Rocco and me actually first met, and one of our first conversations was about the walk. And he was telling me about his travel walking the Appalachian Trail, and kind of immediately we just kind of bonded. And it took a little bit of time, which is a story for another time, to actually really get grounded, but we really locked in over just talking about walking and talking about getting out there and going on a journey and adventuring and seeing what's out there. So one of the things that we're going to do on this little breakdown dissection recap is we're going to dive into Google Earth, and I'm going to give you an idea kind of where we went on our walk, and just kind of do a little dive into a map, and we have all of our plots pointed.
And this is it, our map across the United States. You can see each one of these little points represents one of our stops along the way. Eventually, we're going to do a deep dive into each one of these points as we go across. But today we're going to focus on the beginning of our journey, the Pacific Ocean, Venice Beach, California. Have such great memories of Venice Beach. We would go down there for drum circles. Every Sunday they have drum circles, artwork up and down the boardwalk. Venice Beach is one of the premier spots of where there's a free speech zone up and down the whole one side in front of all the shops. It's a free speech space where you can openly sell your art, perform. It's kind of turned into a lottery system. It's changed a lot, and in fact, it's even changed a lot, even more current day, but has always been an amazing, creative, inspiring place. So it was a perfect spot to start the walk at. So we went up from Venice, we cruised right up onto Santa Monica, came out to the pier, another place where there's just street performers and artists and all kinds of activity all around. And then you kind of move up into another, the Santa Monica Promenade, where there's a whole bunch of performers. And then basically the day took us all day basically to walk up to here to the Sunset Strip. You can see us in the video when we're climbing up Doheny Avenue, coming up on the Sunset Strip, and you can just see how tired. That was one of the biggest hills, and Cam says, oh, wait until this is a city hill, wait till we get a mountain, and that was true, and you'll see that in a couple episodes coming up. But getting the Sunset Strip, we got there, it was starting to get dark at this point. We were still miles away from Hollywood to get back home. And yeah, we were feeling it. I mean, our feet were getting blisters, and it was starting to get rough getting into Hollywood and trying to end up back at where we live. Then we've got Hollywood Boulevard. This is one of my favorite places to just walk back and forth and spend a day just cruising up and down Hollywood. And then when we even got to Hollywood Boulevard, we were so exhausted we just didn't have the energy. It was late to go walk down Hollywood Boulevard and check out the Chinese Theater, check out all the different things that was going on in Hollywood. We were just exhausted, so we just headed straight over to the boxes, which is where me and Jordan lived. I had a little apartment, you can see right here. Jordan had a little apartment, you can kind of see right over here on these windows, the Brevoort Hotel. This is right at the corner of Lexington and Vine in Hollywood. This was actually Charlie Chaplin, one of his old kind of production house. There's some really cool bungalows in the back. Really cool spot. And, you can see Hollywood Boulevard right off in the distance.
That was the end of day one at the boxes. You'll see us when you see the video. That's pretty much. And then the next episode you'll see basically starts out right out in front of this building. That's the first shot of the next episode coming out on Thursday. You'll see us out in front of here, and then we're going to head out to Griffith Park. So we'll save that for next week. But yeah, it's so much fun on Google Earth to kind of go back through and check out all the places that we went through. But yeah, so I'm happy that everybody is kind of following us along 15 years later, going back through the walk. It's kind of a timeless piece. It's just about the country. It's about the people. There's a lot of themes that were going on back then that are still going on today. Creatively, how we share our art, how we share our creativity. Our mission on this walk was to utilize the internet, utilize live streaming, utilize networking to bring artists, bring people together, inspire one another. It's still the mission that we're working on today. I'm really excited to be able to show you a lot of the stuff that we are creating even today, including music, all kinds of different content, TV shows, animations, all kinds of stuff that we're working on. And from this amazing arts compound, WagonWorks, a lot of it's going to be happening where we have tons of space to do video production, build sets, set up our cameras, lights, everything. This is our podcasting studio that we're in now, where we do video podcasts and just regular audio podcasts. We're still dialing everything in, but I'm really excited to share what we've been working on. And like I said, hopefully we'll get some of the other walkers to jump on, whether it's on Zoom or some other type of thing. We can kind of collaborate and see what they've been up to too. So, they've been releasing music and working on other projects as well. So looking forward to catching everybody up. And as always, we're always looking for input from you guys as artists. If you have anything that you want to share or contribute or participate with, contact us at WagonWorks, contact us at the United Souls of Awareness. It's all going to be kind of coming into the same place as we try to build up a network. Same thing that we were doing on the walk. You'll hear in the very first episode Cam talking about us trying to build a network of creative people. And like I said, we're still on this mission. We're still bringing people together and working on the creative collaboration that's even more possible now. If we had the kind of technology that we have today that we didn't have 15 years ago, I mean, it would have been a whole other walk. So it's nice though to have that walk preserved and now be able to present it properly on YouTube and on different channels that we didn't quite have as easy access to back then while we were on the road doing things. We did not have smartphones, we didn't have GPS, we had paper and maps and notes and scribbles on paper, so it was kind of just going from talking to people to find out where it was going next. Because that was the thing that we were just talking about with Rocco, where I did have all of these binders that were, probably a foot thick of just paper of every single 15 miles. But when we were ready to go, it was pretty much, we never even looked at that stuff again. It just kind of went all out the window. We just went for it, and we ended up pretty much hitting all of those marks. It was pretty amazing. And just kind of naturally from talking to people and saying, hey, where do we go next? How do we get here? We know we want to see this. People just pointed us in the direction, and we were just able to go there. So we were really blessed in that type of a way. Okay, so everybody, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of The Walk. Now, this is where we were just kind of getting started. Everybody was trying on their shoes for the first time. We were trying to see how everything was going to work. How many pairs of socks do you wear? How many blisters are you going to get? What's going to hurt? What's going to cramp up? It was, as you can see at the end of the first video, it was definitely, we were feeling it. The first day, 15 miles from Venice to Hollywood. That was the first time where we were like, okay, this is real now. We still ended at the comforts of our own home in Hollywood, so as the episodes go on and we got further away from home and we got out into the deserts, that's when you can really start to see everything kind of, we start to take the whole journey inwards and feel the first section of the walk. And if I didn't explain it before, our walk was broken into 7 different sections. This was something that, as creative individuals ourselves, we just kind of came up with a template that we were going to view the walkthrough, that we were going to experience. And the first segment that we're going to be focusing on for these first bunch of episodes is from Venice Beach to Las Vegas. So that's the first section. And there's 7 different sections. So each section represented a different color. It represented a different musical note. Because there's 7 colors in the color spectrum. There were 7 musical notes, 7 chakras. We were putting layers of different things that we were kind of interested in, that we wanted to learn more about ourselves, and wanted to see how these patterns went into nature and went into the walk. So we used themes, colors, sounds to creatively embrace Venice Beach to Las Vegas. So that would be the color red, the root chakra, and the key of C, and the theme is survival. And that was like the survival comes from the root chakra, comes from the color red, and it was something that, it was really interesting in the whole first section. That's what it was about. Like, will we survive out here? You know, how is this going to work? I mean, there were so many unanswered questions, but we were just, in that survival mode. And especially as we got out into the deserts and we got out into the heat. But every section, every time we accomplished that goal of learning about that, we had that under our belt, we could take that lessons of survival into our next section. And the next section was orange, and the key of D, and that was emotion. And once we dealt with survival, then we had to deal with emotions. We had to deal with ourselves as individuals, and how we were interacting with each other. It's hard to, if you have 5 roommates in one room, even if you don't have to be in one room, you can be in the whole entire United States, and still you have to deal with each other every day. So there was a lot of emotion, a lot of thoughts, and these type of themes play out, and we'll get into them as they go on. We'll kind of stick with survival, red, and the key of C for this first section, but that's kind of the template that we used as we went across. So you'll hear us in the episodes talking about the color red, or talking about surviving, or those kind of things. And that's kind of, you'll notice in the beginning, in the intro, was one of my paintings, the red section. It's a red painting, and it has a whole bunch of symbolism, colors, and themes from the whole first section of the walk. So you'll notice every episode that's part of the first section will have that painting in it. And then when we get to, after we go past Las Vegas, then we'll move on to the next painting, and then we'll start seeing the orange colors and what was going on in that during that side. I hope everybody enjoyed our first little breakdown, recap of episode 1 from Venice to Hollywood. And I hope you're going to follow along, and we got lots of exciting, inspiring content to share with you all on our adventure. But until next week, stay inspired, keep walking. Remember, it is a step-by-step process for everything you want to do. You just do it step by step, one foot in front of the other, and you're going to get there in the end. Peace and love. Talk to everybody later. See you next week.